Hey Bayside, Brannon Shortt here, and I've been really encouraged in this season as our church is looking at really difficult topics that are intimate to the human experience. One of those is discouragement. Let me say right off the top of this devotion video that discouragement is not sinful. Discouragement is human. It's not moral. It's not wrong to feel discouraged. It's not right to feel discouraged. It's part of the human experience. It's what we do from that place. It's what we do in those moments or with our discouragement that really matters and makes the difference. You know, I was thinking about some of the moments in my life that I have just felt truly discouraged, truly disheartened. And when I look at those moments, even as I try to recount them in my mind as I'm talking to you right now, in each of them, there was loss. I was disheartened, I was discouraged, but there was a loss at the center of those things. But there's something interesting about loss that we don't talk about maybe as often as we should. The truth is, in the midst of great loss, there's great longing. It feels like loss because the longing hasn't been met. I think the truth is, our moments of discouragement, because they're often so centered around the things that we've lost, can teach us what matters most to us. The truth is, there's loss and longing, and in all types of loss, there is some type of longing. I mean, think about that for you. Maybe where you're discouraged today, I would encourage you, do an introspective look in the areas that you feel discouraged. What's the loss that you've experienced there? What do you fear losing there? And then on the other side of that, what is the good and beautiful longing that you long for in the midst of that discouragement? I thought of a few examples, one of which is what I hear a lot about as a pastor, which is the loss of connection. And within a loss of connection, being discouraged about not having enough or adequate connection, there's this beautiful desire for true friendship. I hear a lot about our friends being overworked. And within the loss and discouragement that comes with overworking and burnout is this beautiful desire to have healthy rhythms in life. Or I've been hearing also, maybe financial strain. And the discouragement of not being where you wished you were is this beautiful desire to have stability and safety for your family. So I want to ask you today to look deep, not just identify the emotion or the way you may be feeling. Though that's a great place to start, I want you to do a deep introspective look and say, within the loss or discouragement I feel, where is and what is the great longing housed within that? And then once you kind of do an inventory, I want to challenge you to take that to God. This is where prayer becomes honest, and honest prayer is where prayer becomes real. I want you to take to God these longings and this loss and discouragement. And then I want you to pray with Him, talk with Him about who is a trusted friend in your life that you can take that to as well. Listen, in so many of these things, I'm not here to give you a 4-step process to get in or out of any given scenario. That's not what I'm trying to do in this devotion. What I want you to do today is start by being honest with yourself. Allow that to make you honest with God. And from an overflow of being honest with God, go to those you trust and be honest with them. Because the truth is, whether it be with God or whether it be with others, taking that to them will allow you to receive some very beautiful things like empathy and validation and maybe even encouragement. I actually want to share a verse with you at the very end of this about encouragement, because if discouragement is what we're talking about, being honest and human, like we feel this is a part of our life, encouragement is often the antidote to those seasons and those moments. Hebrews 3:13 says this, "But encourage one another daily, as long as it is called today, so that none of you may be hardened by sin's deceitfulness." How do we not become bitter? How do we not become hardened in our discouragement? We choose to encourage others. We choose to encourage others as we're honest with ourselves, honest with God, and honest with them. And maybe we'll even receive encouragement from others as well. Friends, be brave today. Look deeply. Be honest with God, honest with others. And don't let sin, don't let the temptation is to become hardened in this. But don't do so. Look for the longing amidst the loss and see what God has for you there.